Okay, you can start now.
So, good morning, everyone. 5 years ago, the actress Alyssa Milano posted the hashtag MeToo in her account on Twitter. She posted, "If you have been assaulted, write Me Too." As a reply to this tweet, the results were overwhelming. Her post generated thousands of replies. You can imagine how this tweet could be the start of a world movement to support women and feminism. Well, that's make me remember the effect rule of feminism in our novel Hard Time. So let's define feminism in the beginning. Can you, Doctor, show the slide? Well, what do we mean by feminism? It's the belief in a full social, economic, and political equality for women. Most of Western history, women domestic sphere were confined to, while public life was reserved for men and only men. Doctor, can you show the other slide? So now let's take a look on feminism history. From ancient Greek to the fight for the women's suffering to women's march and the Me Too movement, the history of feminism is as long as it's fascinating. In late 14th and early 15th century in France, the first feminist philosopher Christine de Pizan challenged prevailing attitudes toward women with a bold call for female education. But the first wave of feminism took place in the late 19th and early 20th century. And now let's take a look on some feminism character in the novel, and my colleague Jumana will continue reading. Yes, Jumana.
Yes. Now we will speak about the female's role in the novel that's represented by. First, we will speak about Louisa Grady Grant. She's one of the most important character in the novel. That she's Grady Grant's eldest daughter. From a young age, she resents the education of facts from her father's, and he insulted her in his masculine realm. She tried to be an ideal daughter, sister, and wife, hinting at women's image and societies. Furthermore, the struggles she lived because of the difference between two words, the world of facts and the world of fancy, one she lived in and the other liked. The other slide, yes. As mentioned before, we say that feminism in Dickens' writing symbolized the ideal Victorian femininity in that time, full of the sensitivity and motherhood's feelings. But with Louisa's character, it's complicated. Of course, that's because of her father's concepts. She represents her father's masculinity that affected her feelings and made her feel to be satisfied with love feeling and other feelings. She's trying to learn to be a normal human being after realizing the bitter truth, as we will see later, from her unequal marriage. And I think here her life summarize one of the reasons that made the Victorian feminism appears as a political force. In a novel full of that most tragic characters Dickens ever wrote, she's probably the saddest about Louisa. Also, her femininity was between a painful reality and distant imagination. But later, the events will follow, and the influence of Sissy will play a role in a radical change in her personality and style of femininity. I will now return and move to Russia.
Yes. Now we're gonna see Sissy's role as effective feminine in the novel. Yes, another slide, please. Cecilia, or Sissy Job, the daughter of a circus performer, Cece's background is of the lowest quality, but her imagination and her heart are of the highest. Thanks to her father care when she was little, this father does desert her when she is still a young girl, leaving her to be adopted by the grandparents. But his education has made its mark on her. And nothing Mr. Grady Grant can try to teach her will undo it. She becomes the guardian and the savior of the Grady Grant family. When Louisa nearly succumbs to heart house's proposal, and when Tom is nearly arrested, saves the day, saving their lives and their hearts. Now, through the role of Cece's character as feminine in the novel, Dickens suggests that feminine compassion is necessary to restore social harmony. Now, my friend Haneen will give us the conclusion of this presentation.
Well, in the end, hard time tracks and protects the progression of feminism within the world, through the various female characters in the novel. Dickens suggests that feminine compassion is essential to restore a social harmony. We can assume that Dickens was a hidden feminist, whether he tried to mask it with the mocking humor or not. This piece of feminine anti-literal highlights Dickens' ingenuity and feminine side. It's his project of informing society on the race and plume of women. And yes, doctor. And in the end, to all women, you are special, you are beautiful. Be yourself first and try to make a difference for the people around you, just like Cece. And thank you for listening.